No, it cannot be!
Let's take a journey back to 1997, to a game which in turn then took us back to 1792. Castlevania Symphony of the Night was a groundbreaking game that has stood the test of time. Playing it today is just as great as it was when it first came out. It took the Castlevania formula and added some major additions that created a completely new game model. You play as Alucard, the son of Count Dracula, who is out to put an end to the Count's reign. You storm into Castle Dracula, destroying everything in your way, until you reach Death, who then takes away all your powers, leaving you with just your fists. So you need to recover your powers and kill all the monsters before you can fight Dracula.
I've come to put an end to this.
Still befriending mortals. I'll not ask you to return to our side, but I demand you cease your attack.
I will not.
The biggest change from previous Castlevania games is the non-linear style of gameplay. While Simon's Quest was non-linear, it wasn't the same as this. This is a game that is much more in the Metroidvania gameplay style. The entire castle is yours to explore, with areas being blocked off until you acquire certain powers. These powers include the ability to turn into a bat and the high jump boots, among many others. This means that you will be backtracking through the castle many times over. But this is not a bad thing because another element was added to the game, and that is the RPG elements. Each enemy you kill will reward you with XP that builds up and have you going up in level. This gets you added health and strength, making those old enemies seem like nothing and having you looking forward to the new bigger monsters to slay. Now normally when a game series that is not an RPG adds these things, it either makes one of two things happen. It either makes the game become too easy too quickly by leveling up too fast, or it has you enter a room only to have them use your blood as a dynamic wallpaper to tell you you weren't allowed in that room yet. But Symphony of the Night does a good job in having you level at a steady pace as you explore the castle, leaving the game to have a good amount of challenge while not being too unforgiving. Also, all your equipment slots can be changed. You can either find or buy new weapons and armor that will either increase your strength or resistance to certain attacks. This encourages you to explore everywhere in the castle. And you will have to. The castle is huge, with areas in the sewers along with laboratories and libraries. Everything is very detailed and looks great. The rooms feel alive and different, while each enemy is very detailed and colorful. You instantly know which enemy is which once you see it. One thing that blows me away is how much of the game is hidden. No, I don't mean secret areas or whatever. If you find a pair of goggles, you can see that the end boss is being controlled by an orb. If you destroy that orb, it opens up an entire second half to the game, which is Castle Dracula but inverted. Most people I know didn't even know about this because it was so hidden. Crazy to think that so many people didn't even know about another half of the game. Symphony of the Night is one of my favorite games on the PlayStation. I love that they kept the series in 2D the way it belongs. This allowed them to take the already amazing formula of Castlevania games and make it even that much better. Doing this made a game that is not just one of the best in the series, but one of the best games of all time.